What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Another episode right here of Seahawks Now, and today we're talking about Taysom Hill and whether or not I think the Seahawks should go after him this offseason. This is Seahawks Now, brought to you by Fan Arch. If you are new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. We are nearing 100 subscribers, so thank you so much for that, you guys. I really appreciate all the support, and it, of course, always helps the channel, so make sure you hit that subscribe button, and if you feel like it, maybe even hit that notification bell so you never miss another episode. With that all being said, you guys, I want to jump right into today's video. Look, Taysom Hill is very unique, and I think everybody loves unique, but especially in a league where, unique wins. Unique is what the Chiefs have had. Unique is what the Eagles have with the tush push. Unique and special, that's what wins in the NFL. Boring, mundane, that doesn't win in this league. Taysom Hill is certainly a unique player because he's a gadget player. He's like that guy in high school who plays all the positions, like, the stud linebacker slash running back slash backup quarterback slash receiver slash tight end. That's literally what Taysom Hill is. It's pretty impressive what he's been able to do. Those are his stats for this season. Not great, but he did get hurt. He missed 9 games due to injuries. In this 8 games that he did play, 7.5 yards per touch. That's really, really good. 187 receiving yards on 23 receptions, and 278 rushing yards, as well as 6 touchdowns. All 6 of those came on the ground. This is what Clint Kubiak had to say, the new Seahawks offensive coordinator. He says, "We had a guy that comes to mind in Taysom Hill that was a weapon that I was able to get creative with." Now, the question is, who could be that weapon for him in Seattle? Because, with the Saints, Taysom Hill has been the guy for trick plays. He's done punt returns. He does everything. He's blocked punts. He's returned punts. He's forced fumbles. He's played on defense. He's played on special teams. He's recovered onside kicks. He's blocked field goals. He does everything. And he does all these trick plays. And I will say, caution to the wind, 34 years old, going to be 35 next year, coming off of an injury and coming off of a year where his stats were somewhat down, although still 6 touchdowns in 8 games is pretty good. So a little bit of caution there. But he's had such a long career up to this point already. I don't see what the downside is to acquiring a guy like Taysom Hill. I really don't. I think Taysom Hill has a ton of talent. I think he's a really special player. He reminds me of if Christian McCaffrey could also throw the football. That's what he is. So, and you think, well, he is under contract. Yes, he's technically under contract. That is true. But the Saints are way over the cap, and Taysom Hill is the guy that they could probably afford to release because he is not really a starter. He's maybe the league's best backup, if you could call him a back. I mean, you could maybe call him a starter, but he's not their starting running back. That's Alvin Kamara. He's not their starting tight end. That's Juwan Johnson. And he's not a starting receiver. So, he's not a starter. You could say he's a starter at fullback, maybe. I don't know. But Clint Kubiak's not the only one, and neither am I, who loves the idea of Taysom Hill coming to Seattle. Brock Heward, the other day on 710 Radio, says if he does get released, he'd be a name I'd be highly, highly interested in Seattle. Former NFL quarterback Brock Heward said to have a guy with that versatility, that joker position that can do so many things and do them well. And he can do so many things well. I mean, Taysom Hill, he can run, he can throw, he can catch, he can run out of shotgun, he can run as a wildcat running back, he can do a trick play, he can do a flea flicker, he can play defense, he can block kicks, block punts, return kicks, recover onside kicks. He can do anything you ask him to. That is what Taysom Hill is, and he's the ultimate team guy. Let's just look at some of the stats. This is his career stats from 2018 to 2024. He didn't even break in. Think about this. He spent 3 years bouncing around practice squads. finally got a chance in 2018 at the age of 28. These are his numbers: 55 total touchdowns. The breakdown of those: 33 rushing touchdowns, 11 receiving, and 11 passing touchdowns. 2,437 rushing yards, 943 receiving yards, and 2,369 passing yards. So he's at 5,500 total yards, averaging almost 1,000 total yards per season, and 99 receptions. So he needs one more reception to hit that 100 mark. Really impressive stuff. Some caution to the wind. This is what he did last year, and this is what he did in his prime. So last year, only 6 touchdowns. In his prime, 3 seasons, 2020 to 22, 33. So the majority of his numbers came in these 3 years. From 2020 to 2022, 33 touchdowns, 1,406 rushing yards, 227 receiving yards, 2,146 passing yards, and 21 receptions. This is from a 3-year span. The rest of his career has not been nearly as productive, and last year was a down year. 187 receiving yards, 23 receptions, 21 passes, only 21 passing yards last year off of 2 completed passes. So his stats were down last year, I will admit, and he is coming off an injury, and he is 35. So here's what I'll say. I don't think you should trade for the guy. I don't think he's worth a trade. But if the Saints were to release him, which I do think is possible that they could do that, just because of where they're at right now in the cap situation, if the Saints were to release Taysom Hill, if I was the Seahawks, I would be all over him for a cheap price, because he can do a lot of really good things for you. He can be very, very helpful. He can be that gadget guy. He can be creative in the offense. So I agree with Brock Coovert here. I like the idea of bringing Taysom Hill into Seattle. But with that all being said, guys, thanks for watching this video. I want to hear down below in the comments section, do you think that Taysom Hill would be a good acquisition for the Seahawks, or would you rather not take a chance on the veteran running back / tight end / who the heck even knows at this point what his position is? He could also be your backup quarterback. That's crazy. That's the crazy part, is he could also play quarterback. Like, if Geno gets hurt, I think I'd rather have Sam Howell still over Taysom Hill, but I'm not so sure. Maybe you could run some package plays in there. But Taysom is excellent at what he does. He's excellent at what he does. So, with that all being said, this has been another episode of Seahawks Now. Like, subscribe, comment down below, and until next time, go Seahawks.